Right, this is first grade module 3 lesson 6, and in this lesson students are going to be ordering, they're going to be measuring, they're going to be comparing. All this time they're going to be using those centimeter cubes but then renaming it as centimeters. And the idea is once they've measured an object and they've identified that it is 5 centimeters or something is 7 centimeters, that allows students to then compare. It allows them to find differences, subtract. They can find combined length, which is addition. In this lesson, though, we're only going to be talking about comparing with the difference unknown. For the example of Joey has 5 centimeters long, Mary has 3 centimeters long, and then the idea is what's the difference between the two. So let's get started. So this set of problems right here is really just setup. It's groundwork for later in this very same homework assignment so that students can then start comparing lengths of these various fish. So just as a reminder, if we want to measure the length of this shark, okay, we want to line up the endpoints, and we want to get those cubes so that there's no gaps and that there's no overlaps. And that's the idea, is just a reminder of our students, that there are no gaps allowed and no overlaps allowed. And so if we wanted to measure this fish, okay, here we go, line up the endpoints, and then we are going to measure the length. Now, parents and teachers, I just created these cubes. This is not drawn to scale, so I don't know if this is the right length. But the idea is this is another opportunity for students to refresh their memory on how to use cubes to measure the length of an object. And remember, let's take a look at B here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 7 centimeter cubes long. So we're going to have our students say, oh, that is about 7 centimeters, or this is about 4 centimeters. We're not going to talk about centimeter cubes. We're just calling it centimeters in lengths. So here we're being told to use our centimeter cubes, that's these down here, to model each length and then answer the question. And that's what's really cool about using the centimeter cubes to find the official lengths, so to speak, because once we have the length, we're no longer needing to talk about cubes. Now we're talking about an actual number, like in this case, 19 centimeters. We're not talking about 19 centimeter cubes. And then it allows us to then take that number and start answering questions about it, usually comparing or adding or differences. So first thing we're going to do is, it says Henry gets a new pencil that is 19 centimeters long. So we're going to line up these cubes so that we end up with 19 centimeters cubes going in length. So through the wonders of technology, there's my 19 centimeters. And then centimeter cubes, which is really 19 centimeters. And then it says he sharpens the pencil several times, and if the pencil is now 9 centimeters long, so we started out with 19, now we're going to go down to 9 centimeters. So now we're going to model the new length of that pencil. So there's my model for the 9 centimeters long pencil now. And then the question says, how much shorter is the pencil now than when it was new? So basically we're being asked, well, it got shorter by this much. So how much shorter did it get? So we can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it got shorter by 10 centimeters. Now, parents and teachers, there's other ways that students might have found the answer. They might have said, well, 9 plus what gives us 19? That's allowed. Students might have said, well, 19 minus 9 is 10, and that's allowed. So, of course, this answer, by the way, is 10. There's other ways they could have done the counting down method that I just did right here. I just counted on. I started with a 9, and then I counted on
to 19. So this is one of those classic questions where students can differentiate and find a variety of different ways to get the answer. And just one more example, same concept. Malik and Jared each found a stick at the park. So we've got Malik and Jared, and they each found a stick. And Malik found a stick that was 11 centimeters long. So the idea would be we're going to build 11 centimeters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it says Jared, he found his stick, and that's 17 centimeters long. So here's our 11 right here. Right here is our 11. Now Jared is 17. So the idea is we're going to have to line up 17 of these cubes, right? And so this might be a good opportunity, parents and teachers. First off, resist the urge to just jump straight to some sort of algorithm or some sort of math. Let your students build these cubes and just have fun with building the cubes. Let's see, how many do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we could keep going. 12, 13, 14. Now I'm going to kind of build this down here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, because I've run out of room. So what we can see is Malik's stick right here is this much, Jared's stick is this much longer than Malik's stick up here. So we can use just counting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to answer the question. But some other ways that students might have done it, well, they might have said 11 plus what gives us 17, and of course we see our answer is 6 because we can also verify it over here. Or some students might have said, hey, 17 minus 11 is 6. There's a variety of ways that students could have done it. We've got 3 right here. The count-on method, the addition with the change unknown, or subtraction question. So we've got choices. And that wraps up First Grade Module 3, Lesson 6, where students are using those cubes to measure lengths, but then we're not going to call them cubes anymore. We're just going to call them centimeters. And then once we've got those numbers, we can start answering questions with those numbers.